So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Crunching tackle. Nuno Mendes. Oh, nice touch. Tomori did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. It's played through for him. Koundé. It's Bellingham. Paris Saint-Germain controlling the possession in this early phase. Eder Militao. It's Vinicius Junior. And it's Pedri. Saliba. And it's Koundé. It's Bellingham. Foot in. Saliba, and it's Koundé. Passes coming off in quick succession here. He's a sharp little ball here. First quarter of an hour gone. Passing nice and neat. And he's made sure that's not getting through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Anthony unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Kulusevski.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Mbappe. Oh, it's Dembele. And it's Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Here's Fel. He's having a shot! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Anthony is onto it in a flash. Oh, nicely intercepted. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Kulusevski making good progress on the right-hand side. Bino Gittins. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham ploughing through the middle. Bino Gittins could move up a gear here. Anthony puts his foot on the gas. Now it's Kulusevski. Mbappe. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Nuno Mendes. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Passing is crisp and sharp. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now, can they get him away? He's in plenty of space here. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Vinicius Junior. And it's Dembele. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Bellingham. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Locatelli. Bino Gittins.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. So, what can they make of this? Great vision. Oh, he's found support out wide. He is just caressing the ball. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Paris Saint-Germain are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
They get a throw-in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Vinicius Junior. But he's forced to go back. Looking to play him in. Now that's well seen too. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Looking for the run. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Bino Gittins. Ake. Sends it crossfield. Nicely weighted ball. And he welcomes it, shapes to shoot! Oh, off the bar! Shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He's got away with one there.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Nuno Mendes. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Anthony, now looking to orchestrate a counter, and it's Kulusevski. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 7.
So, time for changes on
3.
both sides, actually.
Le numéro 2. Le numéro 6. Le numéro 5. À leur place, le numéro 18. Le numéro 4. Le
Very
numéro
few
30.
chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Nuno Mendes. And it's Gravenberg. Colwell gets across to intercept that. And Mendes. Szoboszlai. Paris Saint-Germain finding their passes. Kluivert. And now the breakaway. Well, that pass isn't the best. It's a promising position. Madueke looks across and plays it in. Nicked it back promptly. Oh, that's nice. Takes the shot! No, he's missed it.
Locatelli probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Madueke. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Nuno Mendes. And it's Szoboszlai. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Szoboszlai. Into the last quarter of an hour. For Szoboszlai. This is Dembele. Dembele! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Can he latch on to this? And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And it's Kluivert. And he's picked it up out wide. So nearly the perfect ball. Dembele. He's found the way through. Oh, important interception. Decent chance! And he hits the net. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Changement.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Paris Saint-Germain have taken the lead.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off? I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Paris Saint-Germain close now to seeing this one through to the end. Kvaratskhelia. Van Dijk.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Nuno Mendes. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. And we're done. Paris Saint-Germain have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Mbappe taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
Félicitations
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Vinicius Junior! He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
He won't be happy with that one. He's not got that quite right. Played out to the right. Oh, that's fabulous. That has been slung wide. Now it's Mbappe. Colwell did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Mbappe simply can't escape his critics. He deserves an earful after that.
Now it's Sané, and that's been intercepted. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And they can counter here. Well, that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Not the most accurate pass. Nuno Mendes is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Sané tries making a foray down the right. Sané. Oh, that was vital. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Leroy Sané. He's one of the most fleet-footed players around, Peter, and a massive threat with the ball at his feet. He knows where the goal is too, and his finishing is both precise and very effective. He's going to add a real dynamism to this forward line, either looking for the through ball on the counter or taking on his man and going on his own.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Colwell defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Pedri. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Vinicius Junior. And it's Pedri. Stood up well to him there.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Good ball, good take. Now it's Pedri. Pedri cuts a frustrated figure right now, he just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Pedri. And it's Mendes. No, that was never going to make it. Now it's Sorlot. Bino Gittins. Threads one in.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Oh, smashing header! It's there! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Now it's Mbappe. Pedri. Vinicius Junior. Could be danger here. Oh, that's superb.
Paris Saint-Germain truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Sané. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri. Bino Gittins. And it's Sané. Here's Locatelli. Pedri. He's looking wide. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Looks to the other side. That is a great pick out. And he's picked it up out wide. Looks big header! Bruno Fernandes. Pass somewhat off target. Dembele. Nicely shaped ball. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Here we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving it.
And it's been given away. Kulusevski, and the shot's on here. Pedri. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's nice. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Mbappe! Cleared away.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
No, he's just misjudged that one. And they're not going to make any further progress now. He is through here. Dembele. Bruno Fernandes. Looking for the run. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior! Paris Saint-Germain still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Pedri. Passing is crisp and sharp. He is just caressing the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Looking for options for movement. Some good work on the right flank here.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 7, le numéro 25, le numéro 2, le numéro 6, le numéro 8. À leur place,
Delivers the ball.
le numéro 9, le numéro 4,
Lovely
le numéro
pass, but
30,
can he get there?
le numéro 14, le numéro 22. Changement.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Koundé, not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. He's got away. He's had a shot! Decent strike, kept it fizzing long. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Gravenberg. And Frimpong.
That's good play from him.
Spread neatly. Oh no, what has happened? And the shot! Really well taken goal. Do not write them off. Back they come. An act of charity gratefully received.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest.
And the finish! Musiala. Dembele. Just a quarter of an hour to play. That's a little off target. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's gone direct here. Tries to pass it through. That is lovely. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And it's Gravenberg. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Szoboszlai did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process.
Oh, look, Peter, he hasn't learned his lesson. He can't say he wasn't warned.
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Musiala, passing nice and neat. That's tidy. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And he's gone backward here. Mbappe! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Mbappe might be slightly consoled by at least hitting the target.
Now that looks a decent ball.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra-time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time.
Mesdames et messieurs, je voudrais vous rappeler de ne fumer que dans les zones indiquées sur le plan principal. Je vous remercie. Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 10. À sa place, le numéro 18.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Kvaratskhelia, Musiala. Kvaratskhelia is in a really good position out wide. Kvaratskhelia wriggles his way through. And he's managed to get free. Oh, well played. Kvaratskhelia with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And here comes the corner.
The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Absolutely. And the shot! Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now it's Madueke.
Pretty robust defending.
That'll be a throw. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Ouattara purring through the gears. Looking here to chip it through. Takes aim and crosses. Szoboszlai. And Kvaratskhelia. Kane looking to add to his goal. Great vision. Kvaratskhelia could try cutting inside here. Kane. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Changement en cours.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Paris Saint-Germain go into the lead.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Milinkovic-Savic. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? And we are already back underway. They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Played back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
And it's Szoboszlai. Van de Ven. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit...
Madueke!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Frimpong. Frimpong hurtling down that right flank. And it's Koundé. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Can he get it through? That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Very little time to go, and they have a free kick in a really promising area. And this, an opportunity to pull level. Milinkovic-Savic! All hands on deck for this one. Very nicely done.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Steered out. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. Kane taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
Well, what we've seen is a team that refuses to accept...